Seattle traffic, FedEx 17 Heavy 5500, turn out to the west. Last call, Seattle.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another live stream here on the Aviator 268 channel. We are here with a beautiful airplane. It is the 777-200LR, my favorite version of the airplane to fly, to be very honest. The ER version is where it's really at, but we have the LR version here in the form of the freighter. And so we're going to be flying that down to Oakland this evening. It is hoping to be a beautiful flight. I have not flown this aircraft before tonight's stream, so we're going to learn it together. If anything goes wrong, hey, we're doing it together, so that is going to be all right. So I've already kind of started the aircraft so we could save some time. So we're going to go ahead and call GSX and get the boarding started so that we can get that going. So it is the FedEx 777-200LR version of the airplane. And so we're going to see, look at that, just tearing stuff up, GSX, just tearing stuff up. All right. So we're going to jump into the airplane right now. And matter of fact, let's check out the airplane outside.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So this is the FedEx 777LR. It is not a bad looking airplane at all. It is actually pretty neat. I really wish that I could have gotten the LR regular version, the passenger version, but hey, we're gonna take what we can get. So we are grateful to PMDG for bringing out this airplane. It was just released today, as a matter of fact. There would have been some live streamers who would have previewed the aircraft. So we are grateful to have gotten the aircraft today. And so we're going to take it down to Oakland, California, which is another one of those cargo destinations. And like we shared before on the previous stream, this airplane offers us the opportunity to fly to some not so usual airports. So look out for those as the months roll by as we fly this aircraft. It is looking really beautiful. Can get even closer to see the details on this thing. Isn't that a beautiful airplane, guys? I think that's a beautiful picture right here too. There we go. That is a beautiful shot. Yeah, so we're gonna take this airplane down. We're gonna check it out from the inside as well. Of course, the loading is gonna be somewhat automatic until we probably get GSX to deal with it. Well, I guess GSX is with it based on how it's operating now with the loaders and so on. But as we see here, we see some cars, we see some boxes. So hey, what's going on, Mikey? Ground this plane. This is this really? Seriously? Seriously? Wow, thanks. What's going on, Michael Samuel? Welcome to the stream, guy. Mikey, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Yeah, so we're gonna take this airplane really quick flight. It's an hour and 31 minutes. So we're gonna enjoy this bird real quick. So let's jump into the flight deck and check it out. It is a pretty standard 777. There are some things that are different. So as we switch between the two, we definitely see some things different, but it's the basic overhead panel and also the flight deck. It seems a little bit more washed out though. Not sure why the texture looks like that, but I guess that's to make it a little bit different from the 777-300, but it looks pretty neat. Looks pretty neat. According to what we learned as well, one of the things that we noticed is that this big curtain, the curtain actually moves. That's cool. So instead of having a door, we have a curtain, and the curtain actually, all right. That's nice. This is the door that opens the cargo area. So we can actually go through here. But we need to do all that. So of course, because it's a freighter, it's not your car key yet. 2 more hours to bed. Really, Mikey? Really? Apparently, this is supposed to be based on some of the things you have. These buttons work if you pull them up and down. So I suppose so. But we're gonna let GSX do its thing, and then we could probably try to do that. But we could probably also check that the GSX will close the doors as needed. So let's go back into the flight deck and check the FMC and so on, get that thing sorted out. So kind of pre-plan the route. We're going to Oakland via the Harb 6 departure, Ksea-Koak transition, runway 16 left. It's going to be a pretty quick taxi, as we are literally right by runway 16 left. So once we push off the gate, we're going to taxi straight ahead, and that's 16 left right here. So pretty quick departure, so no delay. It's now 6:09, so we should be able to be off the ground by 6:30. All right, so go to our route and the approach. We're going to be using ILS runway 30 as the longest runway, and the arrival is the Windsor 2 RNAV. Windsor 2 RNAV via, get our flight plan up here. I could also use this, so let me not stress that out. Done it for electronic flight bag, and let's go. Here we go. So our flight here, here we go. So is a Harb 6 departure, Ksea-Koak transition, then the Windsor 2 via Spammy, and our transition for runway 30. Let's see what that is. ILS 30, and the transition will be Franny, or is it Parb? I think it's Parb. Let's see what our, so let's check this out. The approach. One of the reasons why I like the actual Navigraph charts application is that you're able to get all this animation so you can see it as well. So we're coming in on the ILS 30, and let's see from the Parb. Yes, so we'll add that. And so from Crescent, we go to Parb, then make the right base into runway 30. Like so, go to our route, and let's check to see if we have any discontinuities. So we step through out of Seattle, and that should do it. So we leave that discontinuity in until we get closer to the airport, and then we activate that now and click execute. On the right side, we will take progress. So 642 miles today. Let's go to our route data and load the winds. Execute that, go to our route, perfing it, runway 350. Let's reject all of this. So it's 350 as our altitude, cost index is 200. And our reserve today, reserves is 14.7 plus our taxi, which is 1400. So 14.7.1, so it's 15.7. 15.7. And our zero fuel weight today is zero fuel weight is 504.0. 504.0, and that would give us a gross weight of 559.6, and that's close enough. And then we'll go to our performance calculator, and we are going to be using runway 16 left. And we import the weather and we'll calculate. So we use flaps 5, takeoff 2, spec temp of 49. So takeoff 2, 49, and is flaps 5. 26.6, 27 on our CG, which is trim 5. And we have our V speeds of 156, 58, 59. So 156, 158, 159. So we can turn on our flight directors, and 159 in the window. And we could arm VNAV and LNAV out of this airport. Let's see what our top altitude is. Top altitude for this airport, we're using the Harab 6 departure. Top altitude is set by ATC. Let's see what there's out here. Okay, so we're going to use 10,000, so we leave that in the window as is. All right, so let's do our departure briefing real quick. We are departing out of the Seattle SeaTac, and this is chart 20-9, effective 27 September 24. We are parked at the cargo ramp right next to runway 16 left. We'll push off tail to the east, then taxi to runway 16 left via Alpha and then Charlie. Our departure today is going to be via the Harab 6, and that is chart 20-3 Bravo, effective 19 July 2018. And we're going to have a 16 left, climbing heading 160 at or above 932, then direct to Kabob, then track 166 degrees to cross Renby at or above 3000, then undepicted route to Harab, plus Harab at or above 10,000. So we make straight departure to Kabob, Renby, cross Renby at 3000, then over the picture route to Harab, and then we'll make our left turn southbound to Hiskew, then via the flight plan route. Let us also arm the ILS runway 16 chart in the event that we have to do a return. So for our departure, once we at or below 80 knots, we'll stop for any ECAM that deals with any major issues. At or above 80 knots or prior to V1, only for the engine fire or anything that will cause major damage with the aircraft in terms of flying. At or above V1, we will continue to take off, climb 3,000 feet. Assess the situation. If we need to, then we will make a right downwind, then make a right base towards runway 16 right. Weather in Seattle is winds 140 at 7 out of the southeast at 7 knots. 10 statute miles, broken at 14,000, overcast at 21,000. Temperature 9, still kind of brisky outside, and altitude 3019. That is set twice. And that will be all. There are no questions about that. We are good to go. All right, so we're waiting on nothing at the moment. I need to remove that one. So we go back to our ground operations and ground service vehicle. We will release the side cargo. There we go. Good. And we can manage the doors by closing cargo main door. We can watch that animation real quick. Gavin's Aviation, welcome to the stream, brother. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So the door's closing up. Partner plane 2024. Nice. What aircraft are you flying in 2024? All right, so we're ready to go. So we're going to close up that right now, and let's do our checklist on board. Parking brake is set. Honestly, going to say no, man. I do not like PMG. Why you say that, Garbfly? There we go. Parking brake is set. So the pre-flight checklist is complete. Seatbelt sounds coming on. APU is running. Let me remove that. All right, cool. So we can go ahead and close that curtain, or whatever they call it. Yeah, it's an EFB. It's an EFB. It's electronic flight bag. It's a EFT, actually, electronic flight tablet with the flight bag there. What about it don't you like? All right, 119.9 is the CTAF for Seattle. We switch that over to that, and our squawk is 6604. It's just weird the way they have the 3 apps. I believe they're going to be doing some more apps. It's just that I don't want to try to behave like I am speaking for PMDG, because I'm really not, but I can only go based on what they said. They're going to be doing some more applications, or adding more applications as they go along. So all we can do is just wait. We can definitely just wait to see what they're gonna do. All right. So we are ready to go. So we can call GSX to push. I wonder if it's going to close that door for us. Let's see. Is it gonna close it? Nah. So we gotta close it ourselves. No worries. So door management, we close left, and then we'll arm all the doors. So anything changed with the F version? Anything? I'm just now flying it, brother. So if there is anything that will change, I will have to see it on the fly. Right now it is pretty standard. What's there? It's nothing that we're not accustomed to. Apparently there would be some changes in the overhead, different from the 777-300ER. So I guess we'll notice that once we start going between the two. So for right now, I can't tell you that there's much. I mean, or is it the same, just the cargo space? Nah, there's some subtle differences, just like you have with the Airbus. The 321s actually is a slight different. The panel is slightly different for 321 versus the 320 and 319. So there are some subtle differences. And I remember when I was watching one of the other live streams that they had, that they did talk about that. So we definitely noticed that it's probably something here, that something was removed. So we'll probably be able to check it out at some other time. All right, so I'm gonna remove the exterior panel now, and we will, oops, supposed to weird not extinguish that, good, and set. And we will have the beacon light, and we will have the before start checklist. Let's arm all these doors. Still not closed. There we go. I thought it was closed a while ago. All right, so we're going nose left, tail right, and so we'll arm all the doors, and we'll remove the chocks. And we have MCP V2 is 159, heading is gonna be 164. Heading 164, and altitude is 10,000. Takeoff speeds is 156, 158, 159. CDU complete. Trim is 5 units, and we'll set 5 units. Five units set. And taxi and takeoff briefing is completed. Beacon light is on, and the push and start checklist is complete. All right, so let's make our call now. SeaTac traffic, FedEx 3840. Door main deck cargo. I wonder if we have to go out here and do something with that. Okay, so okay, let's see. Operating to move the cargo door. Close the door, move the monitor switch to on. Move the console switch to
Parking brakes, please.
okay. Okay, the verify closing latch lock slides are on and open. So we need to okay, so this is closed and latched. This is not. I love PMDG, they're the best in the business since I visited days hands-on, but I have the 737 I don't really see the need, but I guess I can see that car can work this way. Yeah, it's yeah, the TFDI airplane is definitely one that I would have done for a cargo, but then I don't know. I'm still debating if I want to buy that plane or not. I really am. Close door, move monitor display switch to on.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay. So how do we lock this door then? To close the door, move the monitor display switch to on. So I'm not sure if this is gonna work. So it's not. but it's just saying that it's unlocked. So how do we get it to lock?
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, let's check something. Okay, let's just close all. Okay, close all. Okay, so arm. Door main deck cargo. Okay, hold on guys. Let's check something real quick.
Release parking brakes, please.
I'm coming. It's probably this door. Let's see. No, that's not there either. Like I said, guys, we're learning this plane together as we're doing it. So let me see something. I remember them saying something about there's a panel somewhere here. Okay, does this panel work? No, it doesn't.
Release parking brakes, please.
So what is this? So all these doors are closed. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what's going on with that. Why that? We're gonna push back and see what happens. If if we get any decompression at all, then let's see what happens. Not sure why that is.
Parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes are released. Aircraft. This should have.
Attention all aircraft, Seattle Tower is now open. Seattle altimeter 3019. Information Foxtrot's current.
All right, so this is something very different. Not sure why we're having this problem.
Release parking brakes, please.
Must be doing something wrong. I really don't know what it is. I'm trying to check this brake, why I'm having this brake issue. Okay, realistic braking. And we have telepress rudder. Right. So let's see if this addresses that. Our brake doesn't want to release. That's crazy.
parking brakes, please.
While I'm trying, let's see something real quick, guys. So that's set. So I really don't know what's going on with my brakes, why it's not releasing. That's crazy. All that is set. All right, let's see if I can get on my So my parking brake was released a while ago, or it was set. Now I can't release it. Does anybody know what's going on?
Release parking brakes, please.
So I'm trying to set this where it tells me we're doing the realistic parking. But I'm not getting it to release. Okay. Let's try one other thing. Let's see if we can get it to release. Guys, I have no idea what's happening with this thing right now. All right, let's see if this would work. Resume. All right, so I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to figure out if it has something to do with this door main deck cargo warning. But I'm not sure how to clear it. Let's ask Google. PMDG main deck.
Release parking brakes, please.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on how to deal with that. And I'm wondering that's what's causing the brake not to be released. I'm wondering if as well I have
Release parking brakes, please.
guys, give me just a few minutes. I'm trying to work through what's going on here with my because this is not making any sense.
Commencing push.
Okay,
All
so
engines clear.
I needed
Start
was to
at
set
will.
it with, but this is weird. I needed was to send it with, I just did that with FSUI PC. Okay, so, whoo. Tower, this is FedEx 3824. We apologize for pushing without calling you. We just had a little issue there with our brake system, but requesting push and start, please.
FedEx 3824, you were a little gobbled there. I did hear the push and start request. What was the rest?
I apologize. How do you read us now, sir?
It's fine. It might be on my end. What was your rest of your request?
We had gotten the ACAR's PDC, but we pushed before requesting push, so we're just saying forgive us for that.
Oh, you're good. There's nobody else up there. Let me know when you're ready to taxi and that you have information Foxtrot.
Roger, we'll call with information for ready to taxi FedEx 3824. Okay, yeah, so we are good to go now. Let's see what's happening here.
Seattle ground. Good afternoon. Delta 2533 ready for push at gate Bravo 9. And we
So,
have
Carbfly, if you're still here, so one of the things that I like about the 200 really, I prefer the shorter version of the airplane.
Approved. Call for taxi.
I prefer the shorter version of the airplane, so using the 200LR is going to be better for me than using the 300. I just wish it was a passenger version, that's all. All right, and I believe the 200 you can start both engines at the same time, so we'll do just that.
Please set parking brake.
Okay, parking brake is now set.
Unlocking gear.
It's still a nice airplane nonetheless, so we'll see what happens.
Tow truck.
What I can do is once we get
Bypass being
airborne,
removed.
we'll check one of those other guys. We'll see if
Left
their
is
YouTube
clear, right
talks
is
about
clear.
that. Don't want to call it a bug because I don't know if it is or something that we're doing wrong. So we'll check that out once we are airborne. And let's do our flight control check. Fully left, fully right, neutral, fully up, pull down, neutral, rudder left, rudder right, neutral, and we'll go flaps 5. You see that beautiful flaps coming down. So that's the slats, and then we have the flaps coming down here after that. One of the things I like, X-Plane is one of those that has the exhaust as well. Those are the first ones I think came out with the exhaust. And then P3D has it on some aircraft. I think the model, the developers who would model it into the airplane. And then pins away on the right hand side. So that's that. But with Microsoft Flight Simulator, it comes standard with the aircraft. So we get to see what is the exhaust coming out of the back of the engine. It's good. All right, let's get back into the airplane. And we will do our after start flows. And then do the after start checklist. Okay, so caution, the main docker is not closed and secure. Reduce the cabin differential pressure, decreaser. So, okay, so it's not, okay, so we're gonna have to try something. All right, let's go to door management, and we're going to disarm all, and we're going to open the main cargo door. I wonder if that is possible. I don't get it. What? It says it's closed, but it's saying it's not closed properly. Main deck cargo. All right, so that's there. So we close that. Okay. Let's try this. Tower FedX 3824. We're just gonna hold here, try to troubleshoot. We have a fault light here.
FedX 3824 Heavy, no problem. Just let me know when you're ready to taxi.
Roger. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut down the engine. So let me get the APU back up and running. Let's see here. That's so APU is up, and we're gonna shut the engine down. And let's see if we can open this door back up and then try to close it. Nothing in here is what we could use. That's that. Door management, door services. I just don't get what this is. The door is closed. I'm wondering if we need to go back behind. Okay, let's try this. This is going to take a while. All right, so we're getting to the back of the airplane here. And let's see if we need to latch something behind here. So open door, hold the cargo door, lock and lock switch, and the unlock is until when lock light comes on. To close it, ensure that the door is still restricted, which is this.
Seattle Tower, Delta 2533.
Right, so I believe that restricting
Delta
band is what should
2533,
be
runway
there.
16 left, taxi via Bravo.
16
Cool.
left via Bravo, Delta 2533.
All right, ensure that the door sill protector is retracted. Then observe that the cargo door closed and latch lights are off and unlock light is on. Verify that the area is clear while closing. Hold the arm switch in the down position. Okay, I'm not sure how this is supposed to work. Hold the arm switch in the down position and the open close switch in the until both close or latch lights come on. Observe the lock light is off. Hold the lock unlock switch until lock light comes on. So I'm holding this lock. Guys, I am at a loss with this because I don't get it. Let's see something here. If I were to put that jump. I'm trying to ensure that I lock this door, but it doesn't seem that I'm doing the right thing. So I'm trying to read what's here where it says to observe that the cargo door closed and the latch lights are off and unlock light is on, which is what it is. Then verify the door area is clear while closing. That's done. Let me see if I can open the door. This is crazy. Everything else is opening but that. Side cargo request. Let me see. Okay. So let's see what this is doing in terms of the lights now that it's opening. All right, so
Delta 2533, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 16 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 2533.
okay, so this is now open. All right, cool. So let's go back to closing it. So let's close the main door. So I guess it's only closed if I release this. I guess I need to set this. Okay, so the door is closing. Okay, so that's that. All right, so all that's automatic.
Delta
Okay, okay,
no
there we go.
ATC available, frequency change approved.
All right,
Have a good
so
flight.
there we go.
All right, over unit.
So the doors are now
Have
locked.
a good day.
Perfect.
Delta
Wow, it took us forever in a day to figure that out.
Potential aircraft
Okay,
tail
so-
tower is closing for 2 minutes to reboot and fix audio. Back in a second.
Okay, so we just closed all the other doors. Let's restart these engines now. All right. So let's do a checklist. Let's see this normal checklist and let's override all of these. Checklist reset. Let's go back to the normal checklist. All right, so we should be good now. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's start the engines. Engine 1, engine 2. All right, so engine 1 and 2 is now restarted and we are good to go, guys. That was not something that I wanted to do on stream. I guess it's a situation where we have to ensure that we use the EFT for that, for the door management. All right, everything is all, so that is good. Whew. That made me a little bit nervous. All right, so engine starts are good. Start switches are off. Okay, check on the list. Let us override. So we overrode that. All right, so we should be good to go now. All right, here we go. So we have anti-ice not required.
Test on aircraft tail towers back.
Flight control check and guard equipment is complete. All right, good. And our flaps are set. So we're good to go. And tower, we believe that we have sorted out issues, and so FedEx 3824 ready to taxi.
FedEx 3824, I also believe I resolved my issues. Runway 16 left, taxi via Alpha.
16 left via Alpha 3824. All right. Guys, I am so sorry. That's funny. Parking brakes released, and we are ready to go. I have to change these settings, especially for the window. Find a window somehow. We got the window on this side. Other than that delay, I think the airplane looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. So we are going to have a nice flight now coming out of SeaTac. That issue should have been resolved, so we are ready to go. If you can come off now, and we're good to go. So we're going via Alpha. Make a right here and then come around to runway 1 clear to the left, and we're clear right. And the SeaTac tower, FedEx 3824 ready. No, 16 left.
FedEx 3824 heavy, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
Okay, take off runway 16 left, 3824. 156, 158, 159. We have LNAV, VNAV, and we are ready to go. Start the timer. Pressure on the stick, and we'll use rudder pedals are good. %, Toga. First is set 85.0, 80 knots. He is a slight bit twitchy, but that could just be me. V1, rotate.
Gate B3 is ready for push and start. We have information from
Delta
0
622 Seattle Tower, good evening. Thanks for Foxtrot. Push on to Whiskey approved. Call for taxi.
push on whiskey approved. Delta 622
FedEx 3824 Heavy, no further ATC available. Pixie change approved. Have a great flight.
Thanks for the ATC and have a good day. Bye bye. Autopilot on. And we climb flight level 330. Flaps up. And we are airborne. That's a nice picture right there. Finally airborne in this beautiful airplane. All right, so we're going to go direct to Harab just because we can. And we will climb up to flight level 350. Passing 10,000 feet, we will do the after takeoff checklist. Not sure why we're having these little twitches in between, but so I suppose, guys, when you're using the 777-200LRF, you have to ensure that you follow the closing procedure from the actual aircraft and then push off the gate, because apparently if you don't, then you'll have a situation where the door is not locked properly and we'll be on the ground like that. Yo, what's going on, Mike? Matthew, what's going on, Matthew? Wow, what's up, bro? Yeah, we just had a big issue there, bro, and it's crazy. Yo, what's up, George? So yeah, we just took off. We had a delay on the ground for about 35-40 minutes because we don't know how to fly a we don't know how to fly a freighter airplane. So we had the door open and we got a fault light, and the checklist was trying to tell us that we need to do something, but then we weren't even off the ground. The main cargo door was not closed properly, so essentially we had to close it, open it, then close it back. So that was the challenge that we had. George, if you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the notification bell, bro, so you don't miss the next time we go live. Yeah, so I was here struggling, guys, with the door. And poor me, I mean, pilot for so long and can't even fly in April. I mean, and then you see, so I suppose what we can really check this out to mean is that the particular airframe, every simulator becomes better and better and better and better. And so they can add more and more things to the simulator that makes it even more realistic. So here I am, push out the gate, close the doors via the EFT, and still couldn't get the aircraft to operate correctly. So just gonna make sure we close everything properly, make sure the doors are latched via the EFB. I suppose with GSX at some point that they will make it to be a bit more intuitive so that GSX handles all of that versus us having to do that as the pilot. But again, we have to make sure that we do it as a check and balance to make sure that the aircraft is airworthy. So that was something to look out for. So I suppose that anyone else who is gonna fly the 777 Foxtrot, that you don't make such a mistake at all. Passing 17,000, coming up to flight level 180, where we will go standard on our altimeters. Then kind of flight level 350. So welcome aboard, guys. I see 5 of you guys. I don't know how many more of you are here in the stream, but yeah, I don't know where y'all gonna sit, bro, because they're only 4 seat. It's 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 seats available, plus the let's see, that's 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we only got 8 flights up here, guys. 8 seats up here. So there's more than 8 of you in the stream right now. Hey, I guess you guys are in the cargo hold strapped down, right? Sitting in the Ferrari in the back. We got successful landing series. Where it goes? Nah, I don't think you're a ghost though. I'm laying on those 4 so them song. So the seats are there. I don't know what's gonna happen. We got room, man. Yeah, man, plenty room there, man. Plenty room in the back. Jump seat. Well, let's see. There are only 2 jump seats here. There's one here, one there. Unless somebody gonna fit in the closet behind here. Okay, that sounds a bit. Okay, we leave that alone. So yeah, somebody can chill in the. Yo, what's going on, bro? Aviation Geek 268. Welcome to the stream, bro. So I don't know who's probably gonna be sitting behind here. I suppose that somebody could be in one of these cars. There's plenty of seats here. So look here. So you have somebody could sit here, and then we have, you know, as they would say in the Jamaican vernacular, small up yourself. You know, so if somebody's small up yourself, they can definitely sit in this vehicle. Couple of seats while here, so yeah, man. According to Successful Landing Studios, plenty seats there, man. Yeah, plenty of freights going on behind here. We're moving quite a bit, Yeah, boy. Passing through this place here. So these guys actually did PMDG, again, like I shared from before, with P3D or let's go even back to FSX. FSX was well, I was on FS9 and we had P3D with that. We had the 777 suite with that, with the FS9. Then when you went to P3D, you also had that, and they just kept adding quite a bit of things on they had quite a bit of things on the aircraft itself, and it was pretty decent. Now you have all this. Let's get closer to this. Look at that. These guys look at how this thing looks. Aviation 26, Aviation Geek says you don't need nothing else. So we say you stand in the car. I don't know how y'all gonna fight for it now. I guess I'll just stay up in the front of y'all, fight behind here. Look at the detail on this. Yeah, this is all PMDG stuff. You guys hear? Check. Listen to the sounds of this. Listen to the sound of that. The sounds in the back of this plane, man. Whew. Shiny new car indeed. Backseat have plenty of space. One more you want. Yeah. So like we said, smaller piece of, just smaller piece of. Hey, good. So who got shotgun? Who called shotgun, man? And there's a standard car too. All right. Should have been able to honk the horn behind here. That would have been cool. I just got back in Msfs for 2024, so hopefully this comes eventually. Yeah, so it's gonna come eventually, but they had the platform is different, and that's why I was saying as well. A lot of people are fussing at the guys at PMDG, but one thing that they have to recognize is that the simulator is built differently. That's one. Two, the different developers build their airplanes differently. So WASM and all these other different scripts that are necessary for the aircraft is not necessarily opened for 2024. I'm gonna sound a bit, I don't even know the word to use, but in terms of trying to understand, I don't necessarily get why Inibills was the only person. I guess it's contractual. I really don't know, but Inibills is the only airliner that, or the only company that would have had direct dealings with Asobo and Microsoft. So that's why they would have been able to state from early on, before it was released, that they're going to make their A350 solely for the 2024 platform. But when you're going to release it to the public now, and you're still having these issues, it's difficult to show in terms of time frame when you're going to get these other developers on the platform. I am trying to figure out why though, because I'm going to turn on the music real quick, and you're not really hearing the sounds outside. So I'm wondering if that is something that is need to check out as well. So those guys are gonna have to check that out as well, because you're not hearing much in terms of the sounds on the outside. So that's probably something that got lost in release. So I think that might be a bug. So you're hearing the engines on the inside. If I move aft, do I hear the change? Yes. There is that change between the forward and back. Right, but on the outside, you're not hearing the rumble like you should. So I guess that's something that they'll have to do fix on to get that sorted out. Ah, be that as may, it's fine. Let's get some music back into place. But yeah. So Matthew says career mode for 2024 has me intrigued and the flight's physics. I heard those things are pretty good too. They would have improved that quite a bit, so that's pretty good. Ooh, what's going on with that wind change? Okay, thanks. Weather. True, but eventually the career mode hype will die down in due time. I suppose so. It's again, it's just a hype of getting new stuff that's going there, but I think what most people are really waiting for is for that A350. And I believe too that the A380 is going to be coming out as well. They haven't spoken about it, but I remember way back in the earlies that Inibils would have spoken about the A380 as well. So we'll see how that works. I just had the ADC chatter, so I don't see myself using it. Well, we're using VATSIM, so don't necessarily need it. Is it something that comes, I guess, successful landing studios, you can ADC chatter into it is terrible. So is it a situation where it's automatic, or is something you can turn off? How does that work? Okay, so we're level at flight level 350 and we're going Mach 0.3. Pluto Simulations, what's up? Welcome to the stream, bro. What's going on? So we got this crosswind, direct crosswind on our right side. So I wish it could give us a little bit more on the tail so we can go a little bit faster. Just a little bit faster. So we are currently 500 miles away, so that's just about over an hour. Just over an hour. In real life pilot and the air challenge. Okay. Has potential and reminds me of those days of us passengers for Evans and everything. Okay. So I guess it's something that you can turn off though, guys. Isn't she lovely? All right, you can ignore it in free flight. So is it all right? So I'm trying to understand, because remember I don't have 2024 as yet. So if you fly in career mode, you would always have the ATC chatter. Is that what is it? Or it's just throughout? Ah, okay. I got it. Very well. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful airplane. I just really want them to just say, you know what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna put the ER version for 2020 as well, but I know that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, but we could hope. We could hope. But by the time they get this sorted out for 2020, I'm sure that they'll get this But somebody asked a question in the forum, if given the fact that they're gonna have to do so much for the 737s to get them over to the new platform or to get them up to speed after being 2.5 years old, if they just want to just scrap that and just make the max for for 2024. But they haven't commented on that, so that's probably something that they are thinking about. Nice. So I guess what we can do with Successful Landing Studios, if you have the time, we could probably do a stream with a 737. You choose whether the NGs or the Max, and we have a little bit of a pointer. I like the idea of having a real world pilot coming on the stream and teaching, because again, I'm not a real world pilot at all, but I have some knowledge of it based on watching certain videos and so on. So if you're interested in Successful Landing Studios, we could definitely set up a little thing where we could do a live stream where you talk to us as we fly. If you will, make sure you join the Discord, so you can also send me a message, and we definitely set that up. You can let me know what you think about that. Just to double check, guys, is the audio fine? In terms of the music, is it overpowering? Let me know. Just want to make sure that everything is going smoothly on the live today. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Matter of fact, this is another picture right here. I'll definitely upload these pictures on the Discord. So of course, guys, if you haven't already joined the Discord is available. Just put !Discord, you get the link, and then you could join the Discord as well. New at the streaming stuff, I love that. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so we can definitely so you won't miss the next time that we go live. Tudo says that the audio is great. All right, appreciate it, brother. We just want to make sure that everything is running smoothly so we don't have any hiccups. I really do apologize for that late start, guys. Try to get that stinking cargo door, that door, you know, just had to be something. Coming up to be the Christmas season, so of course we're gonna be on some vacation, so look out for some more live stream or some more frequent live streams during the ending of the month. So we definitely see a bit more. Want to get some more Airbus flying. We've done quite a bit of the Max runs. We don't want to make the PMDG a little bit jealous, so we'll do some NG runs as well in the near future. I'm pretty sure that there will be some sort of patch for this, because again, I'm not really hearing much of the engines right now, so they'll probably do a patch where that is concerned, and once that is released, we definitely get it. So cool. Can you zoom back into the cabin? Sure. Yeah, I need to do the ATR, Matthew, but here's the thing. The ATR is, I don't know how to fly it. I really don't. I need to get my boy Akeem to come teach me how to do it. Where you want to look at landing studios, you want to be in here, or apparently these lights work. So let's flip a couple of switches. So there we go. Ah, look at that. Turn lights off, lights on. I'm late to the party. How are the engines sound on this one? Did they make any tweaks to the turbo sound? Yeah, so Justin, you're gonna be a little bit disappointed. So the engine on the outside, if you just check out, say you're not hearing anything. I guess it happened before on the release of the 777 in the P3D version, where the external sounds were not there. So they probably fixed that, but we'll get that. No, man, just the fact you could do that. Oh, I got you. So cool, you can zoom back and I misread what you said. Landing suit. All right, yeah. So all of these things you can do real quick. It's really cool, really cool. And of course, you could also go on this side and open the door and go through this side of the. Can't do that yet in the max yet in 2024. Was that in terms of, you mean the lights and so on? I wonder if there's anything in these boxes, anything between here. I have to make sure that nobody's sneaking nothing, no stowaways or anything going on in this airplane, you know? So I kind of set up this view so we can see the wing from this side. This is why I was wondering if it's PMDG stuff. Yeah, so all of this is just from PMDG. There's nothing from the you're referring to the cargo. So if you guys hear that subtle change, I'm gonna mute the music, mute the sound again on the music. If you listen real closely, so you have this, which would probably be forward of the engines, and then once you go further back, you guys heard that change? And it gets a little bit more rumbly at the back here. So are we going to have to wait for that stuff with the graphics and being able to do this? Are you talking in terms of 2024? I'm trying to understand what you're talking about. I mean, I may have missed what you were saying. Okay, so let me set this up to be that view. Yeah. Alright, so we have all of this here. Cool. Alright, so that's this. So we can set this view right here. Nice. Then we'll finally set this other view. Where's the next window? Where's my music? There we go. This is the next window. Right in front of the engine. There we go, and set. Cool, so we have our wing view set. Perfect. There we go. All right, so we got a little bit of a tailwind now, so we are heading down south. I wonder if there's any ATC online. I mean, it's a Friday evening, so they should. Ain't nobody want to talk to us today. There's no ADC going on today, guys, so it's just us chilling. I'm gonna just push this bad boy a bit too, so let's go to our VRAM and let's go 0.85. 3.85. Get over that 500 mark. Oh yeah? Seattle to Oakland? What are you guys' favorite route? What's your favorite route? What's your favorite route to fly? One thing I like about the Max is that you can actually go into the bathroom. I used to be Oakland based. Nice. Crew rest, keep out. But if I'm the crew, why can't I keep in? Despite the sounds not being present, it is still a pretty nice airplane to look at. Pretty nice airplane. I'll give you guys a joke. So, like I said, the last time that I flew a freighter version for the 777 was back in P3D version 4.5. And the last flight that I did was this aircraft. Let's see, this is 892. So the first and last flight that I did with this airplane was Memphis to Seattle, and that was since the 30th of April 2020. The 30th of April 2020. That's crazy. Over 4 years ago was the last time I flew a freighter. So hey, I'm brand new. What you think? All right, Justin says Atlanta DC River Visual Pro. That's a pretty nice one. Dude, Southwest, we fly so many routes, so I say, what do you want to see? Fair enough. That is true. There's so many interesting approaches. I don't know them all. I know the River Visual in DC for sure. I know particular order. Matthew says Atlanta to Miami to Tampa, Miami to DCA, and Antigua to, is that Montserrat? Yeah, I can't even say what my favorite route is. My most exciting departure that I can remember, and it's not that it was something to see, it was just in terms of feeling. Way back when I was working for Delta, and we flew, I went to Birmingham, had to drive from, was it Mobile, Alabama, to Birmingham, and took the CRJ 200 out of Birmingham coming to Atlanta. And when I tell you that plane took off like a rocket, it was, whew, that was a thrill. That was definitely a thrill. Bro, take up the B2 Islander. Yeah, there's one in the sim, right? There's one for the sim. I think there should be one for the B2 for the simulator 2020, the Islander. Do some great VFR. So I'll ask this question, Landing Studios. So out of all of the 737 that you fly the 7, 8, 9, and the Max. Which one is your favorite? Miami to Orlando. Head over to Montreal and you'll see why I love it. The black box B2. Yeah, I'm not sure. How much is that, by the way? And would it be worth it to buy it though? The 7, 8 and the Max. Okay, so if you had to choose one, which one would it be? You don't like the 900? I tend to be able to land the longer airplanes much better than the shorter ones. For example, in the stream I did yesterday, the 319, I slammed that plane into the ground because it takes a totally different technique flying that shorter bus. Give me a 321 to land any day and it'll be smooth as butter. The max is nice, he says. Okay, nice. Yo, don't be telling the business, man. Yes, it was a float. I couldn't help it, guy. It was seriously a floating, man. According to one of the other guys whose stream says floaties. That was a definite floaties. I'm gonna be better at that. I'll be better at that. One of these days I'm gonna do the 390 again. I'm gonna be a boss at it. No worries. If you're liking the content, guys, please make sure to leave a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. It will really help the channel a lot. I do appreciate it. Appreciate the support, guys. It's really good, especially hearing you guys talk in the channel. It's pretty good to interact with you guys. So keep that going, man. Appreciate the energy. Appreciate it. Yeah, 300 is 30 right now. Standard is 16 pounds. It handles them. So you flown it on the sim, Matthew? 100s are cool, but I flew 300s and 5. Ah, nice. So you've been there old school. All right, cool. The 300s and the 500s, I remember when, who was it that had those in FS9? Was it Field Air? I think it's Field Air. Field Air had those, the classics, yeah. That was that. Sounds as well, I highly recommend it. You'll have more fun in it than you probably think. Okay, cool. The 500s were the sweetest to land. All right. That's what's up. That's pretty cool. You guys are having all the fun, man. I really wish that I could be a pilot right now. As a matter of fact, that used to be my dream. Anybody who knows me knows that I want to be a pilot. But life just has a way of doing different things, and now I teach. Yeah. Not all that bad. It's not all that bad. These kids are just different these days, man. The Panda Express. Yeah, that's really old school, man. Let's spy on these guys. It's like from all angles, this plane is just very photogenic. Look at that. Look at the detail on this thing. That is nice. Come on. There we go. Isn't this a beautiful plane, guys? I've been told that, George, it's never too... No, I don't teach aviation. I've been told that it's never too late, yeah, but here's the thing. The older you get, or the longer you take, remember, it's not a matter of getting... Because I could do ground school and get a PPL, and those things easy. But it's the building time that's the problem. And especially here in the Caribbean, I'd have to move, go somewhere else that definitely does where I can actually teach. Yeah, so I'll have to leave the Caribbean or go to some other Caribbean island that would be able to do that, either Jamaica or something like that. Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, but definitely not the smaller islands. To do the CFI, but it's still going to take a while. And then I'm going to be competing with those guys who, I mean, it may seem like I'm kind of putting myself under the rug, so to speak, but yeah, but still, it's. I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. Somebody got to teach these children to to go after what they want. You know what I mean? So yes, it would be nice to do PPL where I can fly around every now and then. But it'd be really nice if I could have been flying and joining landing studios saying that I fly the 17. But then again, I'll probably be trying to fly in an aircraft an airline that still has a 757. I am head over heels for the 757 guys, and I'm telling you right now, when that 757 hits the market, y'all gonna get sick of me with that, man, because I'm gonna be flying the wheels off of the 757. That's just where it's at. That's just where it's at. That's just where it's gonna be. All right, let's see. We're just about halfway. Just about halfway. 330 miles to go. Top of the descent is at 174 nautical miles. That is at 7:21 Zulu. Time now is 23:01. Time now is 23:01. Hold on. Nope. The time is not right. That's crazy. See, this is what. Let's see here. Let's get this time to be real time. There we go. Right. So it is 20. Right. So it's now 23:44. So our top of the sentence in the next 15-20 minutes. So we're getting there, guys. We are getting there. Let's make sure that we have our information set up for the arrival one time, so we can have those set. Oakland Airport, we're using this star. Our star is the Windsor 2, and let's make sure that our weather currently is 310 at 8. Zoom out of here. I got into flight at 23 and I thought that was late, but this kind of thing with the Sims is crazy. You can experience this without doing full on 5 years of grinding. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I tend to, so that's what I'm saying in terms of the simulator. If my favorite aircraft is 757, so if that, not if, but when that comes to the simulator, I think I'm going to spend more time dedicating myself to flying the 757 and occasionally fly some other ones. So I have a pretty good knowledge of the 737 and the Airbus. The 777, not so much, because it's not necessarily my favorite aircraft. In terms of variants, I prefer the 777-200 ER. That's my favorite variant. But my favorite aircraft of all time is the 757-200. And I tend to like the smaller versions of the airplane. The longer versions I don't care too much about. So it's really about just focusing on a particular airplane, which is what you do in the real world anyways. So I really want to find an airplane that I can definitely just sit and fly around, and then occasionally just do these other flights, especially for the stream. So that's the plan with the 757 coming out. Ooh, I cannot wait. I guess the only thing I can interchange with that would be the 767 as well, because of course type rating be the same thing, you know, just minor changes. So that would be something that I would do pretty much on the sim as well. So it's really an exciting time for the simulator, because there's so many great aircraft coming out for the simulator, and you just can't wait. You definitely can't wait for it. All right, so current winds in Oakland is 310 at 8, 10 century miles. So it's pretty good weather going down there. It's a little bit warmer than it was in Seattle. Of course, going further south, so it'll be a little bit warmer. Altimeter is 3016. The time this came out was 22:53. So this might change at 23:53. So that we'll just allow that to do before we do anything. My favorite aircraft is that, yeah, 752 is the best. It is a beast. That thing is a, of course, others would tell you that the 767 is a workhorse. It is, because you have a little bit more range with the 767-300. But when you look at the 757, that plane, oh, that's a nice picture with the mountain in the background too. That plane has so much versatility, because this is what you could do. So the 767 could take you, let's say 10-12 hours comfortably. The 757, you hover around 9 hours, and you're pushing it depending on the winds if you're trying to take it 10 hours. But comfortably 8 to 9 hours you get the 757-200. But you're able to fly from mainland US and go somewhere in Europe. Delta used to do with the 757, I don't know, so Justin, correct me if I'm wrong, if you can do from Raleigh Durham to Paris. Come on a single aisle airplane. That's versatility in the airplane, you know. So I really like the 757. Will you be moving to 2024? Yeah, I will eventually. In probably, like I said before, probably by the end of January or February thereabout. I just want to make sure that when I get over to 2024, that I can fly stuff that I've been flying before. The A330 is what I really want to test out, because that seems to be pretty good based on what the A330 real bore pilot would have said. So it's pretty good because it's on any builds, of course. So they do make good airplanes. So I want to fly that. But until like the Max gets over there and the 777 gets over, I really don't want to move too much from it. Like I said, the 757-200 is going to be for 2020. So 2020 still has a lot to give. You know what I mean? Mount Hood. Yeah. Okay, cool. I guess you would know landing studios because you traverse this route all the time. But that's really, really good. Appreciate it. Won't ever get to fly it in my lifetime, but man, she's gorgeous. Which one is that? The 757? Oh, you're saying it could be Shasta or Mount Hood? Yeah, I really don't know. Yeah, the performance of the 757 is insane. I wish Boeing would have made a 757 need to copy it. Right. And that's what I would have thought they would have done, rather than trying to, you know, be innovative with it. It's a plane that you could have done so much with. And so I don't know, man. It would have been great to have a Neo, get some better engines on that plane. And I think would have had about 10, 30 more years maybe. Probably exhausting that, you know, exacerbating that idea, but still, you would have gotten at least another decade or two. Because look at the Neos. So you have the A320 Neos, and they just came out now, and they're going to be on the scene for a while because they're phasing out the CEOs. So yeah, they could have done something better with that. Then sorry, retiring them yesterday, 2 gone yesterday. Okay. Man, that's what we're going to be doing, some nostalgia flights on the sim. So American Airlines would have gotten rid of them. United still flies them, thankfully. Delta still flies them. Yeah, they're being retired from Iceland Air as well. So they're leaving pretty quickly. So for now, we won't see 757s except for freighter version. So at least we keep them around for that. Because you don't really see a lot of the 777-200s either. Right now, Delta doesn't have any 777s anymore. United still uses them. American still uses the 300s and the 200s as well. You have on the European side, KLM, British Airways, who else? In the Europe area. Oh yeah? Man, they're just getting rid of the 757s. Wow. That's just crazy. 757s to the world, man. We're going to make sure we get some love with that 757. See, all the more reason why we got to make sure we fly the 757 in the sim. Keep the 757 alive. Keep it alive. That plane is. Is anybody else's heart hurting just to hear them getting rid of the 757? Yes, sir. We are running along smoothly. I can't deal, man. I'm getting emotional here. I guess what happened when I see ATF flying on that. Yep. Yes. I think I have a short video of a 757. I think it was a Amerijet. I'll have to look for it and post it on Instagram. It's a dying breed, man. And there isn't anything being thought about in terms of outside of the whole hoopla with the 777X. There's nothing else that's coming out. It's just but eventually something will happen. I guess the Maxes is what's really on the scene right now. So we can definitely be happy for those. All right, it is 54 minutes after. I believe they'll be around. Who's that? The 757? All right, top of the sentence in 80 nautical miles, guys. So let's begin our brief so that we can be on the ball. So we're going to be landing in Oakland, California. And we're going to be using runway 30 for our arrival into the airport. The arrival runway is 10,520 feet, which was more than sufficient for the flight. The cargo area is okay. That's a long taxi. It really is. But let's see if we can probably land on that. We're gonna have to make sure that we use, you know what? I'm not about to do that and embarrass myself on this stream. Nope, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna use runway 30. And then we're gonna take our nice little taxi all the way over to the ramp. That's fine. That's fine. Because that runway is a little bit too short for my liking. And I think actually the limit is 7,000, I think. I think that might be the limit for landing the 777. So we'll use runway 30. All right, let's look at our pinned information here. 1 second. Approach this ILS runway 30. So let's pin that. And land 30 taxi cargo. Yep, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Landing on runway 30. Not gonna hurt myself at all. Not embarrassing myself on the stream that I already have with not being able to deal with the gate. Okay, so let's brief the star. So you guys ready for the approach briefing, guys? All right, so for the approach briefing, we're gonna be using the Windsor 2, and that is on chart 10-2 Gulf, and that is effective 5th September 2024. We're coming in via the Spammy, and so for runway 30 from Hopta on track 114 to Alex, and on track 114 to Crescent, and then track 112 expect radar vectors to file approach course, and we'll check that shortly. So Spammy, Hubert, cross Hubert at below 2,000, flight level 230. Windsor between 16,000, flight level 220 at 280 knots. Then to Weber between 9,000 and 13,000. Then to cross Boys at 7,000. Then Hopta at 5,000. Then Alex at 5,210. And we'll continue crescent, then make the right base for runway 3. So we're approaching runway 3, the ILS 130, and that is chart 11-3, effective 2nd August 24 into Oakland. We're taking it via PARB, so mandatory 4500, then we'll continue to Zolum, then join the final phase there at Woven, initial phase at Woven, then mid-toe, then direct to the runway. So Woven at 2700, and we'll get the glide at mid-toe at 2000, and that's 8.3 from the field. Our decision height today is gonna be 209 feet. And should we go missed, our missed approach is climb to 600, then climb left turn to 4000 on heading 260 and inbound to the, let's see what that VOR is, the South VOR. Here it is. Hold a second, where is that? Should be inset, there we go. So we'll go direct to the Sausalito VOR, and then we will hold, and then continue climb to 4000 and hold there. Then we'll advise what we do to come back around for a second attempt. All right, so let's see here. We have 42 nautical miles to go. For our landing, we are going to be using the ILS 130 as we said. When we land, we should be good. We're below our max landing weight, so we will land and exit either via, well, we hope to exit via Whiskey 5. If not, we'll go on with a Whiskey 6, make a right onto Whiskey, come back and use Bravo, cross runway 28 left and right, then taxi via Hotel or via Charlie and Delta to the ramp, and then we'll call it quits for the day. The weather in Oakland currently, let's see if the weather has changed. 2353 Zulu, yep. So wind 310 at 6, 10 touching miles, broken at 25,000, temperature 19, altimeter 3016. So we can set altimeter 3016. 3016. And that is set, and our decision height is 209, so we'll set that as well. And that is set. On the ILS approach, runway 30, there aren't any significant, there is some terrain on the right side, which would be the only threat coming down. So we need to be 4500 mandatory at PARB, and then we'll continue right base into the runway under the, if we have to do a go around, should be fine over the, I don't think that there would be any issue either. So we can just look out for the terrain that's around and then hold at 4000 at Sausalito if we have to do it go around. All right, so the identifier for this approach is India November Bravo. So we'll create that fixed India November Bravo, and our final approach course is 2906, and we're gonna do a 15-mile ring and 2906 at a 9-mile. Since we catch the glide at 8 miles from the field, we will make sure that at 9 miles out we are fully configured by Mito. Coming up on top of descent, so we'll turn on the zebra sign and we'll set our altitude to 8,000, which is the lowest on the approach. All right, so we go to 7,000, which is at Boys. So we'll set 7,000 and Let's go to our performance tool, run the landing, ILS30, and we're doing auto brake 1, reverse all up, and we'll add VRAM plus 5 and recalculate. Land distance is, so here's what you get in real life. FedEx expect RNAV to runway 30. Now that you briefed all that. Nah, we're gonna use the ILS, not the RNAV. Alright, so we have 8,296 and we have 10,000 to play with. Let's auto brake 2, which will help us to exit. Good, so we auto brakes 2, which will give us enough to exit onto whiskey. Let's see, whiskey 2 it was. Alright, so whiskey 5. Yeah. Sometimes, as a matter of fact, that has actually happened in a couple of fights that I've done, where I already prepped the ILS, and then you just see a controller like, yeah, you're doing the R now. They've done it before. They've done it. So we're out of a 340 now for 7,000. So we don't need to make any announcements. We're still pretty far out. Let's see something. Did they model CBDLC on this flight, on this airplane? Let's see, communication. I didn't set it up. Let's see, manager. But no, really, we get that all the time. So we reload, we rebrief, all that. Yeah, that's so. And what I find interesting is that sometimes Oakland is such a good airport, not gonna lie, especially with 777 cargo ops. Nice, nice, nice. So what a way to start the stream with that, right? The whole 777 Foxtrot, the whole freighter. Yeah, so it's pretty good, pretty good. I like the idea. Yeah, so was saying a while ago with landing studios, so it's interesting that you would have these controllers do that on the simulator, on VATSIM, knowing that you are the only pilot. And especially for those persons who want to make it as realistic as possible. So you give me this brand new arrival and I got a brief, I got to rebrief, I got to check it out. So it's just interesting that they do that. If the weather is good, they'll get the we had the feel and we'd like to brief as a visual. Yeah, because this RNAV business is not even gonna work. I'm not even gonna lie. Ooh, look at that. Terrain is looking pretty nice. And as a geographer, this is nice. I like this. That's very dislike vaccine. But yeah, they be doing the most, and then when you can't do it, then they want to get an attitude. Come on, I'm a single pilot in a complex jet. Help me understand how this is gonna work. I guess the idea of, you know, that kind of thing going on in the real world where they're trying to make it a one pilot situation. It doesn't work. You're flying a complex aircraft where you need 2 or 3 pilots to make it work. So come on, cut me some slack. If you want me to change, tell me that from early. But if you see me going down, then allow me to do what I gotta do. You don't have to accept it. I know that, George, but they're expecting you to, and you want to comply because, hey, you get it in the real world. And I also know in the real world you can reject, but come on, be a little bit more realistic, if that's the better word, or a little more compassionate for persons who are just flying this big airplane and have to reprogram, especially like now. So way before my descent, I did my brief. You want me to rebrief again when I'm about 10 miles from the runway? That's not cool. That's not cool. You can say unable or request a hold and figure it out. True. Yeah, I try to just tell them what we want. So we offer to the offer fish. We take the ILS. You're right. Just tell them what you want. True. Yeah. It's you flying the plane, and I do know that you have the final say. Yes, we know that. But it's just you wanna comply, you know what I mean? You wanna comply. So our waypoint that we're crossing is Spammy, and we're to cross Spammy. Did I see that? I don't remember that in the brief. I surely missed it. So Spammy at 280 between 24 and 26. But yeah, it's professional, yes. Well, hear what? Don't tell nobody that, because you sound very professional. Sound very professional. The only place it's tricky is like ATL or SFO. Yeah, with those those airports are that busy, so you got to be on your toes. I remember listening to the live ATC, and you hear them guys spitting out the instructions so fast. So that's what I said on the last stream. You just want to make sure you're talking about the important things. So if they give you a heading, you don't have to say all this long thing. Just definitely just say what it is and move on. You know, just acknowledge what it is and move on, so that they know that you got it. Because you don't want to be in the crossfire where you're taking so long to respond, when they could have been using the time to issue another instruction for a different aircraft. So we got Miami, JFK, Chicago, all these major airports, San Francisco, LA. Yeah, they want you on a specific approach. Yep, and you can't deviate from it. So, because those guys are not afraid to tell you go around. They would tell you, yeah, FedEx 3824, go around. So, and they will resequence you, and they're probably going to do it in a way that gives you an extra time in the air, and of course that's going to cost you money. You don't want that. You just want to follow as fast and as quick as possible in whatever they tell you to do. Passing flight level 200, coming down to, definitely we could look outside. Oh yes, this is nice. Beautiful airplane. Anyone fancy against the landing rate competition? Yeah, all right, let's see. Tell me what you got. Give me some figures, guys. What do you think the landing rate is going to be? Am I going to butter it? Am I going to screw it up? Call some figures. Wow. This is Sacramento. I'm so off with the geography right now. Let's see where we are. We're coming over. Yeah, that's Sacramento. Yeah, that's Sacramento. On the left side. Sacramento is right over there. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Forest fires out there. It's weird how they can definitely get this, and of course you're streaming live. The scenery is streamed live as well, so you never know. You never know. You never know. All right, so we are through the transition altitude, so transition level, sorry. So we're gonna go local altimeter, which is 3016, and that is set twice, descending through 15,700, and we're gonna cross buoys at 7,000. Drag required. Airplane will slow itself down. Matthew says minus 230. Anybody says I'm gonna get better than that? Can I land it better than that? Can we get the landing, the Panda landing smoother than that? What you guys think? Look at that sunset. All right, so we're gonna indeed put some speed brakes out. Let's do the approach checklist, the descent checklist. We have recall is checked. Notes set, auto brake is level 2. Landing verification 144 plus 5 is going to be 149. Landing VRAM is 149 and minimums is 209, and that's set. Approach briefing is complete. Descent checklist is complete. Approach checklist. Altimeters 3016 set twice, and approach checklist is complete. Minus 190. Okay, so you have 2 on the board, minus 230, minus 190. All right. Pluto, what do you say? Landing Studios, what do you say? What do you think our landing rate should be? We're getting some lag spikes, not sure why. All right, so we are coming up to Weber, and we should cross between 9,000 and 13,000. Then we descend to buoys to 7,000. Then a hop to at 5,000. We're asking, what do you think the landing rate is going to be? Matthew says that my landing rate will be minus 230, and George says minus 190, and then Markelli is saying minus 310. Is it Markelli or Markel? Let me make sure I'm calling. I don't want to be calling your name wrong, bro, and get myself in trouble. My goodness. As a teacher, I should be able to do this. Markel, because K-A-L-E is kale. So I just want to make sure it's the Markel. All right, descending through 10,000, we can then start make these call outs. Should be in the area there. So Oakland traffic, good evening. FedEx 3824 heavy descending through 10,000 at Boys at Weber, descending across Boys at 7,000, and then hop to at 5,000, expecting the Alice on a 30 approach. Oakland traffic. Landing lights coming on. Tell me something, Landing Studios. When you guys are coming into land, do you put on all the lights one time? Mark Haley, but it's not a problem. Ah, see? There you go. Mark Haley. There we go. That works. That works. That works. Cool, cool, cool. So we have our range rings right here. So we're gonna go up to Crescent and we're gonna slow down into 180 before we get to Parb. So we make sure that we are at 180 knots to make that right turn towards our base leg. So we're looking pretty good, guys. Okay, no problem. Because any landing you can step away from is a good landing, and not so? All right, set 5,000. Okay. Any landing we can walk away from is a great landing, so we're good. We are good. Yeah, I think it really is just a simulator thing that we check landing rates, because it's just not something that you would hear pilots necessarily talk about. And of course, I guess you can feel it once you can use the aircraft again. When another bigger than, okay. So once we get the airplane in the touchdown zone, we good. All right, well, we could do that. We could definitely do that. That sun. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the gates. This is cool. Is that a fire over there? Well, I think I was asking the question, Landing Studios, when you guys are landing, do you have, when you turn on the landing lights, do you put them on, do you put all of them on, or you just put on the landing lights and then the nose lights once you get on final? What's the procedure for you guys? All right, is it, I guess it's company policy that would dictate it? I get you, but because you're looking at this thing at rate, but we feel it in the aircraft. We hit hard, we know it. Fair enough. I never forget landing in Atlanta one evening, midnight. As a matter of fact, after midnight, I get the pilot was trying to say, "Guys, wake it up, we here," because he put that plane down. Landing light below 10K, taxi light once clearly light. Ah, cool. Oh, I guess that would tell you. Ah, yes. So what right. So what it is, I remember now that you said that, George, appreciate it. So the situation where you do it based on clearances, so all lights except taxi. Okay, cool. So that reassures that you've got landing clearance. Correct. Good. That's what I remember. Good. Very good. Very good. All right, so let's see here now. 5,000 is where we're gonna get it. We maintain 5,000 till we get to Alex, and then we'll descend to 3,000. Correction, to 4,500 at Parb. so we are north of the field. Let's see if you can see the field. There it is. Field is right there. 777 does not have recharge for that. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. Open traffic. Oh, wait a minute. I'm wondering if they're on FTAF. See, K 127.2. So let's go 127.2. That's why I probably wasn't hearing anything. 127.2. There we go. Open traffic, good evening. FedEx 3824 is overhead Hopta at 5,000. Direct Alex. Then following the rest of the approach, Alex then Crescendo will make right to right base for runway 30 via PARB. Will descend via the approach and call final for runway 30. Open traffic. All right, so we are now heading towards Alex, and we're slowing down to 210. It's crazy how 2020 will feel like the new P3D in like a couple of years. This is so true. I was flying FS9 from since whenever it came out, when FS9 came out, up until 2017. That's how long I have been flying FS9, and then of course when P3D came out, I was using that up until SpeedCheck Flaps 1. So it's crazy. Are you streaming on just YouTube? Yeah, just YouTube for now. I was once on Twitch, but I think I get more traffic here than over on Twitch. I believe if I could get a new computer and I get a new setup, then I'll be able to do multiple streaming and probably get that kind of setup that way, so I can stream on more than one platform. George and FS9. George is not going to leave FS9 at all. It's the first time I played in 2004, 2016. I had no idea I could get. So I went from FS9 straight to P3D version 4. So I didn't even go through the first versions at all. So I went from FS9 and took a serious jump to P3D version 4. And then now I did P3D straight to 2020. And I would have had both of them, but my simulator, my computer crashed at one point. And when I realized this, the selling point for me with 2020 and 2024 is the whole idea of only needing one place to put everything. That's what made it for me. Give me a second, guys. All right, gonna set this now to 4,500, and we're slowing to 10. And we're going to go direct to PARB, and we're going to slow to 180. He breaks out. Level change. Let's pause the music real quick, and let's focus on this. Flaps 5. Oakland traffic. FedEx 3824. 1 mile from PAR. Make right base on localizer runway 30. We'll call establish. All right, cool. So down to 3,000. Should be 2,700, but we do 3,000. Level change once again. arm the localizer. All right, so a little bit high, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Let's beat off some of that airspeed. $13 miles out. That's right. Gotta concentrate. All right, so we're just below the glide there, so that's kind of good. So we're gonna keep 180. Let's slow down just a little bit more. So speed check, flaps 15. On the approach, and we're fully established. So let's go gear down. Open traffic. FedEx 3824 is established on the ILS runway 3010 mile from the field. All right, so landing lights. Reduce to final approach speed 149er. Speed check, flaps 20. Flaps 25. Flaps 30. And we'll call for the landing checklist. Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. All right, guys, let's see this. Seven-mile final. Let's go. Yeah, those GEs sound really nice, boy. That is a picture right there. All right, let's concentrate. All right, FedEx 3829 clear to land. All right, thank you, sir. Open traffic, FedEx 3824, landing runway 305 miles. 1,000. Winds, I don't know. Winds seem to be calm because I'm not getting anything at all. 1,000, check. Check. Autopilot off. My airplane. Check.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brakes up. Two in reverse. $80 knots, 70 knots. Woo! 60 knots. Manual braking. And there we have it, guys. We are on the ground. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we missed that taxiway, so we got a taxi all the way. All right, so yeah, so we go all the way to the end, and so we take whiskey 6, open traffic, FedX 3824 cleared runway 30 whiskey 6, right on whiskey. We'll taxi via whiskey. So it's whiskey Bravo. Whiskey Bravo to the ramp crossing runways 2 at left and right. All right, so let's see what the landing rate. I'm coming, guys. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty, guys. All right, clean up the aircraft. All right, let's see what the landing rate was. The landing rate, guys, was -172. So that's pretty nice. Yes, sir. Mark Kelly, you said it right, man. -172. That was nice and smooth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was the closest one. -172. Nicely done. So first flight started out a bit rocky, but made it up on the landing, right? So that's what it is. All right, landing lights coming off. Green lights coming off, and we start the APU. We're gonna add a little bit more. Yep, it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. Pretty nice. That was a pretty nice flight, guys. Although we had some starting issues, I think we ended it pretty well. We ended it pretty well. So we're gonna try to get over to this gate now. This is gonna be a long taxi. So we're gonna taxi to left on Bravo. That's gonna be coming up here. I'm already going 20 knots. Shouldn't go any more than 30 knots on the straight path. So we make a left and then continue via Bravo, cross to it left and right, and then we'll taxi. I'm tempted to actually park at one of these gates over here. Hey, look at that. We got the FedEx. So this is uniform, Victor, and then we take Bravo. Yes, I missed that earlier discussion, guys, when you're talking about who would have gone from which sim to which sim. Yeah, so I would have done I flew from FS98. I appreciate it, man. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Landing Studios, and of course join the Discord so we can have that chat to do that sim with the 737. Appreciate it, really appreciate it, guys. Have a good night and all the best. Yeah, so going from FS98 to FS9, I skipped over FSX and then went to P3D, then from P3D over to 2020. Like I was saying, the biggest thing for me for 2020 was the idea that I don't have to worry about putting things into so many different folders, because I do know when you do those exe files, then they put things all over different folders and whatnot. But in terms of adding things to the simulator, the community folder is where it's at. And then with the advent of add-on linker, where you're able to put things outside of the folder and then just link it to the community folder, that to me is just awesome. So I really like that whole idea. You know what? I think I'm gonna park right in here. I think I can park right in here. I'm gonna park right over here. So we're not going all the way over there. Yeah, that's why right now I don't remember who was talking a while ago, but I'm gonna get. Oh, I was on to another friend of mine off the stream, and we said that we're gonna get a 2 terabyte hard drive, and definitely get that ready for 2024, because already this thing takes up a whole lot of space. All right, so we're gonna park over here. I see a FedEx company jet right there, so we're gonna park right next to it, and we're going to this stand right here. Let's see, and number 2. And we're gonna park her right next to. Okay, we can't go all the way over there, but we're gonna park right here. Can we pull up just a little bit more? Yes, we can. Just a little bit more. I currently have a 1 terabyte M.2 drive that I use currently. All right, we're gonna park it right here. Set the parking brakes. Parking brake is set. APU is running, and we can turn off. And there we have it, guys. We are underground in Oakland. We made it. It was a rocky start, set the chocks, but we definitely made it here to Oakland. This was a beautiful flight. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Let's ask GSX to come, and we're going to deboard. FedEx is who we want, and let's turn off the beacon and watch the airport come alive. So yeah, guys, I really like this. This was a pretty cool flight. First flight in the PMDG 777 freighter. Been a long time coming, and I really enjoyed it. Nice landing even after a rocky start. So we're happy. We could definitely see some more flights coming here on the simulator, and I'm pretty sure, like I shared earlier, there's going to be a little patch, an update that will come for the aircraft itself because of those sounds. So disarm all of that. And let's open the main door. Again, I'm wondering, no, it should be opening. Yep, there we go. There we go. Let's see if there's any passengers coming out from the door. But yeah, so we're gonna have a couple more flights with this airplane, get a little bit more accustomed to it, especially with loading and offloading. And again, there's some fantastic routes that we can fly with the freighter version that we don't normally do on the sim with the passenger flights. So we definitely see a lot more where this is concerned. Guys, I really do appreciate what you guys have been sharing on the stream. It's always good to interact with you guys, so please keep that energy. We like it, we love it, we appreciate it. I'm sure if you have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and pressing that notification bell so you don't miss the next time that we go live. Okay, George? Yeah, so we are gonna have a holiday here very soon on the island of Antigua, so we should definitely have another stream coming up next week, Monday thereabout, so you can also look out for that. So please make sure that you hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And of course, definitely make sure that you are staying safe. It's the Christmas season, the holidays, the festive season, so make sure you take care of yourself. Until the next time, guys, stay safe and see you later.